Hey, what's happening, people? This is Stevie, and hopefully we'll have a nice short video for you today. We'll try and keep it to a minimum, as we don't want to have these 1 hour ones if we can help it. We know you probably prefer short ones, so today we're going to talk about the FMCA code scammers. It's all basically links in with the associate videos that we've done before. We're just going a bit more granular now on this, breaking it into little sections. So the FMCA code, which is used by all of these scammers, you can see on the screen. There's probably a lot more people using it, but we just want to focus on the ones that we've mentioned in other videos. So let's get into the video. So here we go. So what's an FMCA code? Okay, so an FMCA code, from what we've been told and what we've discovered through some research online, it doesn't exist, and the likes of Kim, Louis C. Taylor, Winston Shroud, and this fake guy who thinks he's the ex-president Ferdinand Marcos' son, and some other guy called Tiburcio Villamor Marcos. They all seem to think that they've got this country code, and it's an account of some kind that they can use to transfer trillions of dollars. But so what's if we break it down? So the FMCA, believe it or not, means Ferdinand Marcos collateral accounts. Now, we've heard of all this stuff. I don't know if you've we have at Team Bubba. The gold bullion that was sent to the Philippines, the United States believe it was their gold, and then during the Second World War there might have been gold stolen from the Philippines, and this is going back since the Spanish were in control of the Philippines. But that's another story. The main thing here is that the fact that it's using Ferdinand Marcos and collateral accounts, that in itself should be a red flag for most people. So yeah, and also so if you look at the numbers that are involved, the 777 number quoted is, this is I think this is how you pronounce his name. Tiburcio Villamor Marcos is a Filipino chap that, as we'll go into it, you'll see that he's a complete fake. You just have to look at what they've done with some of the documents, fake documents, and even using really not very good at doing photoshopping, that's for sure. So the 888 numbers are supposed to be allocated for operational accounts only, and nobody knows what the 999 is. But yes, it's been used by Kim on several attempts through her time in the this kind of savior program thing that she says she's not doing, which she definitely is. She's selling it like that. The fact that she's the guardian of the trust, which was 5-star trust. This is what we've heard: 5-star trust, sovereign trust, Mana World Holding Trust. It goes on and on. There's so many trusts, it's unbelievable. But anyway, so these are the scammers that are used, that we've seen use through documents. So Kim, Lewis, I've also got Jess Bellerman for the Kingdom of Man are still using it, and Lewis is still using that as well as part of the Georgia de Jour Assembly, which is part of the Life Force, and of course the Angel Marcos and Winston Shroud, who's, some of these names you'll get to find out in a minute, they've actually served time in prison. This GIDIFA is another term, or should I say another grift for like the Jazeera you know, the global currency refresh or reset, you want to call it, and all this rubbish. This is basically what they've been doing. So if we go down a bit here, so the Ferdinand Marcos collateral account, so here on the left is Ferdinand Marcos, who was the Philippine president / dictator for a few years. He was overthrown by the people, and his son that we know today has become the president, and he's the new president today in the Philippines. But that's not the same chap we're talking about today. This Valamor Marcos guy, he seems to think he is related to Ferdinand Marcos, and also one of the Spanish queens going back, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years. So he is put himself down as a candidate for United Nations Secretary General. So he's got some general uniform on here, which itself doesn't look right. And on the right hand side here, you've got Angel Ferdinand Marcos, who is claiming to be the son of Ferdinand Marcos, and he's also using the same scamming of this FMCA code. So I'm going to play a little video which is going to show you that this guy here, Angel Ferdinand Marcos, was arrested by the police. You'll see it. It's in Filipino, so I'm afraid I don't have the subtitles for it. But I've been told that he's been arrested. They found quite a few guns and weapons and fake documents where he's been basically trying to sell. This is security guards as well, so it's all illegal. And I believe he got 4 years in prison. So anyway, let's have a little listen to what they've got to say.
Lalaking nagpakilalang anak daw ni dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos. Sabi sa search warrant, hinalugog ng mga tauhan ng Pampanga CIDG ang bahay ng suspect na nagpakilalang si Angel Ferdinand Marcos. Gumagamit din daw siya ng ibang pangalan gaya ng Edelberto del Carmen. Nakumpiska sa suspect ang 2 sasakyang may diplomatic plate, ilang matataas na kalibre ng baril, granada at mga bala. Bukod sa kanya, nadakip rin ang isa niyang kasamahang dayuhan. Iniimbestigahan na ng mga otoridad ang insidente at kung saan ginagamit ang mga nakuhang armas.
So, I've been told that they're just saying that he'd been caught with fake documents claiming to be the son of Ferdinand Marcos, the president. That last clip there showing he's been read his rights for arrest, and also, of course, he's been done for scamming with this new Jazara thing. Now, the other guy was talking about this one here. I'll read this article bit in a minute, but as you can see, this picture on the right is what they've been putting on their documents. He seems to think he's linked to royalty. So spot the difference. It's basically the same. This is that's not even a general uniform. So he's stuck some 5 stars. He's classed himself as a 5-star general, when this is more of an admiral, sort of something you would have be in the Navy or at sea. But yeah, this is on a lot of the documents. But this bit here was taken from the Telegraph, UK newspaper, saying that Marcos' son found guilty of bank fraud. A man who claims to be the son of Ferdinand Marcos, the late Philippine president, was found guilty of fraud after trying to withdraw $90 billion from HSBC Hong Kong. This is the guy, look. Tiburcio Velamer Tan Marcos, 53, used false documents to withdraw money from an account that did not exist. He will be sentenced later. So there you go. This is in 2002. And the other one, this is 2 Filipino people that are using the name of Fernando Marcos, claiming to be the son of him as well. Just to go a bit more information, this is him in another general uniform. As you can see, spot the difference, exactly the same. This is a US military general uniform, and someone stuck his head on it and popped a couple of other badges on there. Pretty poor quality. Not very good at Photoshop, but if you could have put it on some documents, you would try and make it a little bit more authentic. I mean, it gets even more comical, as you will see down here. There you go. It's one of the documents here that he, fake document, trying to make out that he's in line for, I think it was Queen Isabel from Spain during the Spanish occupation of Philippines, and it goes back to that. And he's got a picture of him on this document. There he is there, and it's basically they've put his head on Prince Charles's body. It's comical. It really is. Yeah, this is the bullshit they've been selling. It's basically, again, it's all this Nasara thing, which, as you know, Tank was into all that. Lots of scammers have been using this Nasara thing to try and get your money, get you to buy their currency, these Zimbabwean dollars and dons and Iraqi dinars and things like that. The reason I put this Ava Wright in here is to remind me that I was going to put this video out a few days ago, and what happened is I needed to put the house one out instead, purely because I thought that was more important. Now, as a coincidence, on the 2nd July, which was a couple of days ago, Ava Wright put a Facebook post out. This is coincident or not, as you can see. You can clearly see that she's it's on the 2nd of July, and she's talking really about the same thing I've just been talking about. These so-called people are coming forward and saying that, you know, they have rights to all this, to the Philippine gold and trillions and all this stuff that's in bunkers and all this. So, I mean, if you want to go on to, I can put the link in there if you want to read the whole lot. But the thing that jumped out, I mean, this popped up on my Facebook page last night, saying that I might be interested in this. I don't know if maybe a few of you get these notifications, but something that really caught my is the bit in here where she's talking about Tiburcio Vladimir Marcos. I mean, a coincidence or what? We have Tiburcio Vladimir Marcos, the third one, claiming that he is a relative of Queen Isabella, and that this is her gold, and that is inheriting based on these claims. The Philippines is trying to transform itself into a monarchy, and all sorts of crazy stuff transpiring. And she goes on and on about it, saying that for all we know, this new version of, she's broke it down, TVM, that's his name, may be related to Queen Isabella. He may even have a claim to her fortune. Now, we'll come back to this in a minute. I was to scroll down here. I think I put something else in here. Here you go. If TVM is the heir of Queen Isabella of Spain, he needs to do what we have already done regarding the code flat accounts. Again, more bullshit about accounts, and address the Spanish Supreme Court with his claim to her LEO accounts, together with his lineage and his DNA. Well, so this is Ava Wright, the fake judge, right, who's a scammer, and we've covered her with the Banker Dean, coming out with this rubbish. Surely she's looked at these fake documents with these fake heads on it. If she's a judge, then God knows what. God help us all. But I mean, this is just unbelievable. She's trying to make out. This is what they do. They jump onto these other fake people. I mean, she's done it to Kim. She's done it. Who's a scammer. She's done it to Neil Keenan. She's done it to them all. And she's basically said, oh, well, you know, he could possibly be the heir of the Queen. Well, why is he putting fake stuff and she knows he's been in jail back in 2002. So why? This is the kind of crap that people need to wake up to. Anyone that's following the likes of Ava Wright they need to take the blinkers off and start looking around, even at her rubbish she puts out. So this is this other chap, Angel Marcos. I'm going to go into Winston Shroud. I'm sure you must have heard of him, about this Gidifa rubbish that they're putting out. Now here's a video of him talking to, I don't know who this chap here is, but this is the guy also got arrested and did jail time. So let's have a little listen to what he's got. If we move it on a bit, he talks about some to accounts.
In behalf of the Global Infrastructure Development and International Finance Agency, with collaboration of 2E Capital. 2E Capital is a joint hands with us in recovery, development of assets, and also implementing financial engineering for recovery, economic recovery of the world. I would like to announce that we also signed a development projects in Manila, in the Philippines, for 3 million homes to be given to indigenous people. We also open each country for 172 countries. We have signed a contract for 1 million homes to be given to indigenous people and also for poor people as part of economic battle, recovery against war on economics. I declare the war is a primitive solution and stupid solution and obsolete to be used by other countries as way of solving economic problem. Now I challenge them to do the same thing that we can do hand in hand together. We will implement and use historical assets, gold-backed assets, and distribute these assets worldwide and earmark them for humanitarian and development of the world. 2E Capital is also one of the sub-companies of GDPR, and will hand in hand, I will supply them with logistics together with funds and cash and gold-backed assets to be used and for them to do their financial engineering, a sophisticated method that they invented.
So this is the crap that they sell. Gold-backed asset. This guy ain't even got a pot to piss in, to be honest. Well, he's probably does have a lot of money through scamming. But yeah, this guy was trying to make out that he's official, wearing some kind of a sheriff's badge. Don't know who this chap is, but I reckon he's just there to make it look like, well, we got some kind of a Western influence to this, you know. Anyway, so another chap, Winston Shroud, fugitive, 2018. He was sentenced to 10 years in the USA prison. Reason why I'm mentioning this is because he's got his name all over. He's that guy. There you go. So basically, this guy, Winston Shroud, who calls himself a sovereign citizen, who didn't pay his taxes in 20 years and created fake bills he claimed were worth 100 trillion, is now on the run after he failed to report to prison. Well, he did go to prison in the end, because if you go on to this United States Department of Justice, he was put in jail. He got 10 years. Yeah, sentenced 10 years. And also he has to pay back a lot of money, that is taxes. Now I did a little search on him yesterday and found that I think it was during the pandemic that he caught the old Rona, and he tried to come out of prison under the fact that he'd actually caught the Rona. So he's even trying to get out of prison using a virus just to get away, so he ain't got to do his 10 years. You can just search his name up. You can find it. I'll put the links in the video. But I mean, these are the people we're dealing with. Complete nut jobs. I mean, he's 70 years of age and he's still playing the game of being a scammer. He just don't give up. So here's one of the documents. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Again, this is this GDIFA, he said it was, Global Infrastructure Development and Institutional Finance Agency. Again, they talk about they're in some kind of building somewhere and they've got $10 billion US. Again, 10 billion assigned to this is what they're doing to try and influence people, you know, to make people think that they've got this money ready to hand over to countries, especially I mean, this guy tried to rip off the Philippines government with this fake FMCA code, as you see in a minute. There you go, there's his Angelo, Fernando Marcos, even signed it. They love their stamps. Try to make it like a United Nations stamp or something. So here's a bit more information. This is the bottom part of that document. 10 billion domination. This is the FMCA code. And they're coming up with all this crap about the master accounts and who's, you know, where they're going to move it to. Ultimate beneficiary. Global economic recovery code area. There it is again. And the last document I want to show is International Bill of Exchange. Again, this is $10 billion as part of that one as well. And this is into Metro Grant Holdings. So they're crediting all this money to Metro Grant Holdings. So remember that name, because my next video on this is going to show you who owns Metro Grant Holdings. Well, I'll tell you, it's Kim. And she clearly writes loads of letters confirming that she is part of that. And we've got proof as well. She didn't hide it back when she was putting information out. And we've got all the documents because it was shared with us. Winston Shroud, there you go. It's got his name on it. There's the nice little stamps they like to put on. So, yeah, so this Metro Grant Holdings is a very big subject, and like I said, we will cover it on our next video. It just shows you that even though that there might not be associates, as in like handshaking, they all are in the same club of sharing their information, using the same account numbers, doing the same scans, making out like they're trustees. But yeah, so we've covered these two chaps in this one. In the next one, we will bring in the Kim on the Metro Grant Holdings, and you'll see why she really is a scammer and what she's done in the background and what she's doing now. And then we'll finish off with Jesper and then Lewis. The Lewis one you'll like, because it's all about life force. Right, thank you very much everyone for listening and your patience. Really appreciate you joining us. If you'd like to have a discussion with us, you can join our Telegram group, which we'll post in the description field. And if you've got questions, things like that, you can always join us on there, and we'll get back to you when we can. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.